So with the Online Safety Act asking people to give up their IDs in order to access certain posts on X or subreddits on Reddit, and they don't even have to be particularly explicit subreddits like UK Beer, for example, is asking for verification. And basically I'm going to show you in this video how to bypass that H verification that you can see right here. If I click verify, it'll take me to another page, which is Persona, the company that is handling the data and handing it over to the government on behalf of the UK government. They're collecting all the data, all the IDs, and in their privacy policy, they basically state they can decide what to keep and what to hand over and so on. So in order to bypass this whole thing, you just have to use a VPN, really. Now, I'm not in the UK. The way I'm getting this verification prompt is because I'm simulating. As you can see, I was just showing you guys that here I'm connected to the UK server. So this is how powerful a VPN is, a reliable VPN at that. What a VPN will do is make it look like you're coming from the location that you choose on the VPN. So my IP address, as you can see here, is London. Not because I'm truly in London, but simply because I've connected to the UK server right here on ExpressVPN. That's what I like to choose personally. And if you do want to try this out for yourself and bypass age verification, I'll drop links to Express in the description, as well as the other VPNs I'll mention later, but let me just demonstrate. So how this works is, since it detects that I'm in the UK, it's asking me for my ID here. So if you're in the UK and you're having this issue, or anywhere else, because this is most likely snowballing into other countries as well, you can go to locations, let's say on Express right here, and simply connect to a country where none of the whole Online Safety Act exists, and you can continue. Let's just continue here. So now that I'm in the Netherlands, I'm just going to refresh this subreddit and I won't have this verification prompt anymore. As you can tell, it's a pretty innocent. I mean, yeah, sure, it's an adult subreddit, but it's not like you're walking into a bar. You don't have to hand over your ID for this. So if this is something that you're running into, again, this is an issue because you're in the UK and you're not able to access some subreddits, some Discord servers, and you don't want to hand over your ID, this is what you do. You just get yourself a VPN and you're good to go from there. Now, as far as VPNs that are reliable for doing this, and they're also obviously reliable for other stuff. I mean, previously, before the Online Safety Act, one would use a VPN to not only protect themselves on public Wi-Fi, but also accessing streaming services or streaming libraries that are not available to you. Like if you've ever looked up something on Netflix and you found out that it was not available, even though you know it's on Netflix, then you can just use a VPN to connect to the right country where that show is available. So with a good VPN, you can do that. That's why I personally like to use Express. Of course, they also don't share information. So not only do they have strict no-locks policy, but they're also audited so that you have proof that they truly don't collect information. You don't have to just take their word for it. So that's why I like using Express. Besides the fact that it's just so easy and so straightforward, as you can tell, it's about as simple as it gets as far as the interface, and that's what I prefer. I just like a good VPN that does what it's supposed to do very well. There are other options, and I don't want to make this video too long, but Nord is a great option if you're looking for so many countries and a bunch of other specialty servers and features like a mini antivirus, for example, and a bunch of other stuff that can be very useful in a handful of situations. So if that's what you're looking for, and the maximum number of countries that you'll see out of any other VPN, 164 countries, it's a great VPN, and it's really quick, like consistently in the top 1 or 2 of the quickest VPNs out there. And besides Nord, there's also Surfshark, which is a very good VPN if you're looking for, hands down, the best budget VPN you'll ever get. For this price, you're never going to get this much value with any other VPN. So much so that even if you go with the premium plan with Surfshark, it'll still be cheaper than most other services, yet still offering way more than any of the other services that are more expensive. It's a really good value VPN at a very good budget, and it allows for unlimited simultaneous connections. Most VPNs will offer like 8 or 10 like Express or Nord. So yeah, Surfshark is a really good option. There's also Proton VPN. This is a very solid VPN if you're looking for something that just works really well. It does have a free plan, but I wouldn't really recommend using it. It's just not going to be that quick. But as a free VPN, it's also the best VPN. And Proton comes from the makers of Proton Mail, if you're familiar with that. So yeah, they're pretty much old school in the cybersecurity space. And what's cool about Proton is that I like a feature right here, if you go to advanced settings, feature that turns your strict NAT type into a moderate NAT type from type 3 to type 2. So for gamers, this is incredible. No other VPN has that. So cool, and does have over 100 countries. They all have over 100 countries, so it's not going to make a difference. And they are all very reliable as far as streaming as well. And they all have a strict no logs policy, just like Express, in case you're wondering. So that'll be it for this video. I don't want to make it too long. I'll link everything in the description down below. These are the best VPNs as far as bypassing the UK Online Safety Act and identification prompts that pop up on X, Reddit, Discord, and all types of other websites that they're starting to require IDs for. Links will be in the description, including discounts if you end up getting any of these, so you can save a little on your first subscription at the very least. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.